They come from ethnic minority. They're more susceptible to COVID than other populations.
The Asian community in particular has taken a big hit.
Local health officials admitted after the first wave that they failed to reach out to ethnic minorities. Today, we're here to witness the exact opposite of that. There's a great deal of ethnic minorities in this area, and local health officials admitted after the first wave that they failed to reach out to ethnic minorities.
Communication is really difficult during these times. For the community, the Asian community, and particularly the elderly, when English is perhaps not their first language, the Asian community in particular has taken a big hit.
We have had quite a lot of our community who have lost their loved ones, and it is quite hurtful, especially like when you hear instances where somebody's only been ill for 2 days and they've lost their life.
Welcome to the BAPS Neasden Temple, located in the heart of London.
We've been asked to take a lateral flow test. We should get our results in 10 minutes. It's, of course, a safety precaution before we go into this vaccination center.
Having the vaccination clinic on site here at Neasden Temple is enormously important because it sends a strong message. It bridges the gap between those that perhaps are on the fringe of taking it and perhaps not taking it. Every day in the evening there were online messaging sort of served in people's homes, exactly giving them sort of sound advice as to what we should be doing during the pandemic, how we should be behaving, following the government guidelines, taking the vaccine.
Because they come from ethnic minority, they're more susceptible to COVID than other populations. So I'm able to explain that in their language, and more often than not, they're reassured and they go ahead with the vaccination.
Have any of you done this in a different language that wasn't English when you were administering the vaccine? You have?
Gujarati, Hindi, speak Arabic.
So 4 languages?
Urdu,
5 languages? So just among you guys, you have 5 languages that you can communicate in.
French as well.
Bit of French as well, okay.
I think it's like anything. Wherever you go, if you see your own, you feel, I'm with people who I'm familiar with, people that I trust. And I think that's what happens. And they think to themselves, oh, we can trust them. So they think, oh, it should be fine.
What's it like when a member of the temple comes in and they recognize you? I mean, what's that moment like?
They feel so comfortable, right? They feel this is our people, and so that we'll be taken care of, and yeah, they just enjoy the experience, I think.
I was coming here, halfway I went back home because I had a phobia. I said, no, I don't want to have injection. I went back home, again I came, again halfway I stopped my car and I said, I'm not going to go. And then I said, come on, you can do it. Sorry.
Just to give everyone an idea here, this is a very diverse neighborhood. Our producer, who speaks Arabic, Nada, just got a call from one of the volunteers. Do you know how to speak Arabic? Can you translate for a patient right in the middle of our interviews? That's how quickly things are moving here. That's how important it is to get stories in people's own language so that they understand this vaccine. The volunteers here are so busy. They vaccinate 1,000 people in a single day. The only chance I have to get them is during their lunch breaks. Hello, everybody.
So we see Mondays now, we're seeing mosques even open up big vaccination centres to encourage people of their community to come and get vaccinated.
In times like this that we're going through, the temple becomes a really focal point and an important point in people's lives because it instills stability and the strength to move on.
So these are the pods that we have. Appointments are 10-minute slots. So we have a maximum of 12 booths, and we usually have around between 80 and 90 patients per hour, 8 hours a day at the moment.
And how many volunteers do you have?
We have about 35 volunteers. We have the capacity to vaccinate over 1,000 people a day.
I think it's very empowering and stuff, just trying to help other people, and obviously this is like quite a big thing just around the world and stuff, and so even just doing our bit of like vaccinating however many, like 1,000 people a day kind of thing, that's still just doing our little bit to help like the country get back to where it needs to be.